Yo, what's good with y'all boys and girls? Welcome back to another video. Now, before I even want to start this video, I'm just going to say there are some very sensitive topics that I'm going to be mentioning in this video, including the ones that are on the screen here. So if you guys are sensitive to any of that stuff, I'd recommend you click off. But today I'm going to be talking about a lot more of a serious topic. I just want to bring awareness to this whole situation and kind of shine light on it since I do have the platform to do so. But I'm just going to be explaining everything to you guys really quickly, and then we're going to look into all this. So one night I get a DM from one of my friends named Scarlett talking about this player named EVIE on Roblox Rivals. Now this EVIE person currently has a 7k streak with the username bunny49234. But what already makes this look extremely bad is that if we click on their Roblox profile, which their old username had the name EVIE in it, they actually changed this username right after all this information came out. So this is already a very bad start for them. But here we can see that Corax posted an RCR announcements, a Rivals trans drug addicted suicidal pedophile that has a 7k streak in Rivals will get pinned on Doxman by the end of today. Now, I must let you guys know that I am not homophobic, nor am I transphobic. It's just very crazy to hear all these things one after another, like a Rivals trans drug addicted suicidal pedophile. Like, it's just very crazy to hear about, but this is a very serious and real situation involving real minors, so we have to take it as serious as possible. But of course, just like, it's very crazy to hear about that. So the proof starts off right here saying that 2 years ago, EVIE had several relationships with underage people at the age of 19 to 20, some of them being sexual. It started in the Roblox trading community rollmyblunt, and everything presented can be seen by anybody in the server by searching discord.com/invite/rollmyblunt. EVIE is banned from Rivals Records, a Rivals community Discord server, for being a pedophile. The server was founded by several people, including NG staff and lead tester Sayaga. Sayaga wanted to get EVIE leaderboard banned, but he didn't know how to present their actions in a way that would justify a ban. So to start off, we already have a whole bunch going on with this person, EVIE, and we have a couple of big names talking about them, such as the people in the Rivals Records Discord server, and we have the leading tester for Rivals, Sayaga, actively trying to get this person banned, but unfortunately not being able to because there's no proof of them cheating, more so just proof of them being a really big weirdo. At EVIE is EVIE's second Discord account. The username was changed to @ThighHigh. She was a Discord mod in the rollmyblunt server and is now banned, as you guys can see with that screenshot. And I just want to connect some dots here if I can. So as we know, this is actually EVIE's Roblox account where she has the 7,000 win streak on Roblox Rivals, but unfortunately she has something on her account privated to where we cannot see her previous usernames, and I'm sure this is done on purpose, but of course this was not going to stop me. So if we actually copy EVIE's username right here on Roblox and we go over to a game on Roblox that shows all information about people's accounts, we can actually see that her join date was July 28th, 2016 at 7 p.m. as you can see right there. And if we go back to the video exposing EVIE, the dates match up by only one day. The rover bot on Discord says that EVIE's join date was 7/29/2016, simply because Roblox just rounds up your date based on whenever you make your Roblox account throughout the day. And as you guys can see in the screenshot, it says that EVIE's old username was It's Magna. So if we actually go into the Roblox search and we search up that username, of course, EVIE's account actually pops up, as you guys can see, since Roblox tracks you from your old usernames. So now that we know this is 100% EVIE's brand new Roblox account, we can now connect these dots and show that they are actually a pedophile and that they are the same EVIE that had all these sexual relationships with minors when they were around 19 to 20 years old. So for context for this next screenshot, before I even get into it, this huge text that EVIE sent, as you guys can see, the PFPs match up. This is actually EVIE that sent this huge text. This is a complete fucking lie. I just had to let you guys know that, okay? This was after EVIE was actually confronted about this entire situation, but I digress, and I'm going to start reading the other screenshots. Now in the screenshot in the bottom left, it says from EVIE, every time I find somebody, they are always underage. And Ray asks, how many times has this happened? And EVIE replies, like probably 7 or 8 times. And even Ray is kind of surprised by this, saying actually, and EVIE says yeah. Now, if you actually do care to read this big ass text of what Evie said, somewhere in this, like earlier into the text, it says, "A little while I asked for her age and she said that she was 14. I was immediately uncomfortable by this, and Ray told me if I was uncomfortable that we could stop. And I decided to say no because I didn't want to make her feel upset or sad." So if we just read in the screenshot in the bottom left saying that Evie has found around 7 to 8 minors on Roblox, and with this minor specifically, she did not leave her alone because she quote unquote felt bad. Imagine how many other of those 7 to 8 minors that Evie did not leave alone because she quote unquote felt bad. If it happens with this one minor where she continues to talk to them even after knowing their age because she quote unquote feels bad, imagine how many other minors she continued to talk to sexually after finding out that they were minors, knowing that she is a full grown adult because she quote unquote felt bad for them. This is obviously not a one time situation for Evie. We can see in the screenshot at the very bottom from somebody named Bombaclat, it says, "Was this after or before the e-sex?" First of all, that's already crazy. Evie is confirmed to have had e-sex with this minor while she is 19 to 20 years old at the time. Mind you, I say at the time, meaning she's most likely 21, 22, or even 23 right now. Evie responds at minimum 2 weeks before. And then Bombaclat responds before. So why did you e-sex with somebody if you knew that they were 14 years old, knowing that you are a grown adult? On the far right, we have a screenshot from Ray and Evie. Ray actually being the 14-year-old that Evie was caught talking to. And Evie says, "Wait, so how old are you?" Ray says, I was hoping you wouldn't get to that just yet. I'm 14. Evie says, "Oh, I'm 20, dot, 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 dot." Ray says, "Yeah, I know." Evie says, and then Ray says, "If you think that's weird, go ahead and leave me. I'm not stopping you." And then Evie says, "It is weird, but I'd feel really bad leaving you." Going back to what I said before, if Evie feels quote unquote bad about leaving this one minor, imagine how many other minors that she has came across that she quote unquote felt bad about leaving, causing her to continue talking to these minors while she is 19 to 20 years old. And as you guys can see, my point was proven to be right. It says right here, Evie, 20 years old, tells Ray that she had another sexual relationship with a 15-year-old while dating Ray, a 14-year-old. Mind you, they say a sexual relationship. Not a normal relationship, a sexual one, including a minor and Evie, who is a full grown adult. And it is very ironic that Evie says in these Discord messages, "I was seeing somebody else at the time we started dating. They were 1 year older than you, and they were doing even worse sexual stuff than what we were doing. The reason I cut them off wasn't for that though. It was because they kept threatening to kill themselves, and I knew they were not in the right place to have a relationship." So let's talk about some tweets that are actually on Evie's Twitter account. The first one, she immediately contradicts herself, saying, "I genuinely don't know if I can stand living anymore." Well, if you, a 19 to 20-year-old adult, cannot stand living anymore, and you say that a minor who is threatening to kill themselves should not be in a relationship, then what makes you believe that you should even be in a relationship at all, yet alone be in one with literal minors while being a grown adult? This next tweet from Evie says, "Why do all my friends look so good and then there's me with the head of a man and the body of a girl?" I honestly don't have much to say about this one. This just shows that Evie is not in a good mental space and they are mentally fucked up as a person enough to actually have multiple relationships, as I mentioned earlier, with minors while once again being a grown adult at 19 to 20 years old. This next tweet talks about Evie's parents actually calling the cops on her and putting her in a mental hospital. Now, knowing Evie and knowing that corny ass big text that she was talking about saying, "Oh, in that moment, I finally felt loves," corny ass legit. But, anyways, Evie might just be lying about this. We're not really sure if they actually called the cops on her to put her in a mental hospital. I honestly would not be surprised if they did because obviously Evie is mentally fucked up as a person. She is a 19 to 20-year-old at the time, so she's probably 21 or 22 on Roblox, not only trading limiteds and spending a lot of time on Roblox, but also talking to actual minors on the platform. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, make sure to like, sub, comment. Make sure to push this video out to as many rivals mods and as many known people as you can because Evie is honestly disgusting and we need her permanently banned from Roblox rivals. But that's pretty much it for this video. If you guys want to see all of this proof for yourself, just go to discord.gg/rivalscomp, and that's pretty much it for me. God bless.